Welcome to the Checkered Flag Racing League. Tonight we are here for the Midweek Series. Tonight it is the Truck Series up in the Badger State at Road America in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. We've got 7 truckers for this very long and challenging road course, and a different look. Never really seen trucks on this circuit before. Um, I am joined by Tegan Jones tonight. You practiced the trucks on this track. What do you expect? Because it seems like an odd matchup to me.
These damn things are like driving Zabonis on out here without the ice. They do not want to turn. The shifting is not right. Like there's no like each turn you cannot find a good like gear ratio or pattern to shift to get a good launch without revving or getting loose. So and that's if you do get loose. Like I said, they're like driving bricks. I do expect people on the steering wheel to have a advantage tonight, a big advantage, because they seem to be able to put a little bit more steering input into their turning, which is really going to hurt the few that we have in this race tonight on controller.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'd say we've got 3 pretty heavy hitters, and they just all happen to be on steering wheels. You've got 2 Cup drivers in the field. You've got Ryan Parsons, and you've got Mind Killer. There'll be some part-timers in this race, and Mind Killer definitely one to circle is a road course ace. And you've got midweek regular last week's winner at Martinsville, Spencer Boyce. Would you agree with me that that is kind of the 3-headed horse favorite for tonight?
Yeah. Who was your third, Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the three. I think Spencer, once he gets a clean lap in, he's good, but he just doesn't get behind or let anybody get into his head, and he did win the qualifier, so
Yeah, he only beat S'mores by half a second, so um, we don't really know S'mores to be too much of a road racer, but maybe
well,
he's
he
got
did say
something in
he
the
lost
tank here.
on this track. The tightness of it seems to be in his wheelhouse a little bit, so
He is a former Truck Series champion, so he's always had an affinity towards these trucks, and Mind Killer also another former truck champion in the field. So it's a pretty stacked field tonight in these trucks at Road America. It'll be a fun one for sure. We've got Ryan hosting, which is uncharted territory, so we'll see how that goes. Um, he's discussing the choose code procedure right now. The stage lap is 7 to 8 tonight. I'm not sure what effect that has with fuel and whatnot.
it could.
Okay. Pole sitter is Mind Killer. S'more is second. Spencer third. Ryan fourth. All those guys separated by um,
Ooh, I actually
about a
ran faster than that
second.
in the practice. Damn, maybe I should race.
Field's pretty. The top 4 is pretty close on time, especially the top 3. Less than half a second between first and third here on their qualifying laps. That's Mind Killer, S'mores, and Spencer. Um, what do you see for the fuel window here, Tegan?
So fuel window is automatically 5 laps. That's not counting if you're somebody that has the advantage with the wheel and able to get into the gas a little bit better and quicker. It's actually may turn into a disadvantage when it comes to fuel savings because it seems like the more you're able to hit the gas, the more you're going to use, especially since we're on times 3. It's kind of hard to save. So there may be a few of them that may have a hard time doing 5 laps. They may have to do 4, and that's going to put them in a very bad um, situation in the last stage. As if anybody else can save a lap, that's all that anyone should need in the last stage is 1 lap to make it on 1 stop.
That's for sure. Um, could play a factor. I made sure to text Ryan, let him know to to put in there that pits are closed with 2 to go. It's pretty fun listening to Ryan do this drivers meeting here. I've never heard him do this before.
Oh, he got it.
He did. He hit it. He did it
Yes.
pretty good. Did everything right. Good job, Ryan. Way to be. Proud of him. He's making gains. This is the first time he's ever done this. Usually it's one of us doing it. Going to be an interesting restart, or start to the race. Excuse me. Road America does have some pretty long straights and pretty sharp corners at the end of them. So do not be surprised if you see an incident on this initial start. It's happened about every race that we've had. So we can join.
Yes.
Ryan's doing a great job in there. He just made a great. He's doing really well with all this instruction. Pressure's on him, but he's killing it right now. Loading in right now.
There are some PS4 users, so we might actually be able to load up.
I usually get here before the
start.
Yeah, like I'm in the lobby right now, ready to go.
And now I'm loading in. Yep.
And here we are, coming to the green. Say cheese in the state of dairy. We're green at Road America. And at turn number 1, it'll be 99 of S'mores, 68 of Mindkiller. They'll be side by side. S'mores through the grass just a little bit. Stays at his inside there. Looks like Mindkiller's going to be clear. Does S'mores dive it into turn number 2? He doesn't. No pressure on the 68 right now. Side by side behind him for second. That's the 99 and the 17, but S'mores clears. Let's go on board with Spencer here, heading into the big corner.
Ooh, Kylo make a deep dive. Thought better of it.
Spencer on the brakes late there. And look at Harris right to his inside there.
Kylo's actually passing
Ryan guy.
Now, looks like.
We got a Ryan versus Ryan battle up here, side by side through this little right kink. And Parsons takes Harp. Pretty sporty looking 17 Ford for Ryan tonight. Ryan Parsons, that is. Let's check out the view from S'mores right now. Trying to chase down that very bright blue 68 truck. That's not an easy guy to catch at these road courses, Tegan.
No. Mindkiller is pretty stout on road courses. It doesn't matter what series he's in, as long as we don't have a Bradley in it. He's usually the next guy to go to for maybe betting on to win.
3 cars under a blanket battling for the last spot in the top 5. You can maybe even make it 4 there for a second. Darth Kylo is pretty close to this group here. So we're on board with Sal in the 2. Spencer and Harris.
Ryan got loose. Ryan's loose. He's wrecking.
He's hung on to it, though. He's lost a bit of time, but he'll stay 3rd. Could have a little battle for position here. This could be for 4th with Spencer in the 98 and the 88 of Darth Kylo. Looking low into 1. Spencer Boyce is going to be. Doesn't get on the brakes late enough, but Kylo goes a little wide there. Could they be side by side going down into 2?
Well, you know Spencer is he's gonna stuff it in there.
Well, he doesn't totally. There's grass is flying up everywhere.
Yeah, that seems to be the new norm for road course racing.
Everybody's trying to push all they can, get every single bit out of it.
And yeah, and like I said, these trucks, they're driving bricks. So you sometimes you don't have an
Harris
option
diving
to
it in under Spencer here. Looking like a pass for 5th. Could be done and dusted here.
Wide.
Good move from Harris in the 23.
Ooh, Spencer let him have it. Good move on Spencer's part. I could hear him check up.
That's not a guy you really want to mess with. They have a lot of history. Let's go on board with this 23. Can he get to the 88 here? Harris not really known for his road course racing ability, as the 88 in front of him goes a little wide.
Way wide.
He could have a chance at a position here, but he got loose. Yep. And now Spencer in the 98 will try to take advantage.
Spencer's not going to have the angle here.
Ooh, and he's going to hit him a little bit. That's probably a situation where both of them could have lifted, I think, but neither of them did, and
no.
you get a little contact there. Let's go to the aerial view going into this sharp right-hander. Kylo trying to stick it around the outside, still not going to work, but behind him we got a little bit of contact between the 2 and the 23. That's Sal and Harris. We really haven't been paying attention to the battle in the front because all the action is right here from 4th to the 7th.
A good lead. We might have a battle for 2nd kind of brewing up, though.
Yeah, Ryan Parsons, 17. S'mores, 99. Let's see if anything happens here going into turn number 1.
And I should mention, we will have to pit for stage.
Yep.
And it's going to be really close on if anybody has to take tires or just fuel because the tire wear being kind of outrageous. So, and we know road courses, you can't take lefts. If you take lefts, you got to take 4. So.
Pass for 2nd. Ryan Parsons gets it done. Move the 17 up to P2. Let's go on board with S'mores down the long straightaway here. Cascaded and forest around. Will S'mores dive it down into this sharp left? No, he sticks behind him. Mindkiller hasn't totally ran away. He's got a good gap.
Yeah, I mean, Ron, during practice, Ron was able to catch him twice, so it seems like Ron has a better handle on the steering wheel part of the road course racing.
And a little storyline for this, Ryan Parsons has never won a truck race in the Checkered Flag Racing League. Probably part of the reason why he's racing here tonight, not up here in the booth with us, but he's never won one of these before, so that's a storyline to maybe look at here as we've got, maybe a little lag there, but 88 and 98, they're battling here through this carousel again. Could they end up side by side in that quick right-hand kink? Oh, Kylo's going to get the grass. Looks like 98 of Spencer's had the advantage. I'm kind of surprised with what I've seen from Spencer so far. You expect to see more from him, as he doesn't have a good kink there, and Kylo's going to have a chance to pass him back.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It seems like Spencer, he had good laps in practice where he caught me, and there was some laps where he would lose me. So
big contact between the two.
Yeah, it just seems like he's either tight or loose. He can't make up his mind which one he wants to be. Oh, and he kind of, I thought he was going to get loose there, but he did have to slow down because he got
Kylo's going to get back at him and putting him up into the grass there.
I think that just helped him make the corner, to be honest.
Yeah.
It gave him a good angle.
And we got some pitters in the back. 23 and the 2 are in. Early pit stops here from the 2 GMS trucks.
Good call. And this is a pit road entry. You have to watch. You may have to give up some time to make sure you don't speed. The line does sneak up on you.
Well, Spencer dives it in. These two are going to be side by side again going into turn number 2. Kylo maybe looking to try to cross him over there. Wasn't the space to do it. He's going to be right at his back bumper going down the long straightaway down to turn number 3.
Curious to know how this is going to work out on the end of the straightaway.
I wouldn't be surprised if Darth Kylo gives him a little bumper going in, because the way he's running it, he's trying to maybe hit him in the back.
Oh, he
breaks it way later. A little contact. Spencer with a good run into the corner. We've got a heck of a battle here for 4th right now. Kylo's got it. Let's check back in towards the front.
Ron's made a little bit of headway.
Yeah, definitely. He's gapped S'mores quite a bit. And he is gaining a bit on Mindkiller. Probably not exactly what he'd like to be at right now. Let's go on board with Spencer here. This carousel has been one of the weaker sections for Darth Kylo in the 88, and where Spencer's had the chance to get the advantage on him. We're going to go on board here and see what he's got through this long right-hand turn.
It seems like
there it is.
Yeah, Kylo cannot get through the kink. But he gets through that part.
Oh, man.
If he ain't got front end damage, then damage is turned off.
Aerial shot. Is he going to give him a show? Spencer.
Spencer.
Wow.
Made it work.
I was surprised. Looked like he was going to send that in way too deep, but hung on. Are we going to see more pitters at this point? S'mores is pitting, and so is Ryan. We'll look at the 98 and the 88 here. 98's diving down the pit road, as is the 88. This is probably the last lap these guys have being able to
I
pit.
will say this. Sal did take no tires, so this is a test run to see if he can not take fuel or take tires at the ends.
Yep, he's about a half a straightaway, maybe even more ahead of Harris now. Could be a good move for that 2 car. You know, Sal's been solid this year. It hasn't had the winning speed he's probably wanted, but maybe he could play a strategy to get some solid stage points. Now we'll watch Mind Killer here, see how he executes a lap. Probably his in lap to come to pit road.
Yeah, I don't see him going past 5 laps. For one, it's the
He
cutoff
can't-
is
yeah.
5. Yeah, and
He'll
I don't
have
think
to
he can
pit.
make it.
Yeah.
Looks like Ryan took 4, and it looks like everybody else did too. There's no gains, so to be honest, Sal may actually gain some track position here.
We're watching along here with Sal now. Looks like he's going to cycle out in about 4th. He was running 7th, so anything is a gain from last. So maybe a solid call from Sal here in the 2. And he doesn't have really any immediate pressure out back either. You've got the 98 of Spencer, 23 of Harris following him, and the 88 of Kylo right behind them. We'll watch along here with the 23 as we see what he can do. Maybe go at Spencer here into turn 3. He is going to dive it in, go through the grass a little bit, and run him wide. Is going to be a little bit of contact here. The never-ending feud, Spencer and Harris. Oh, and there's more contact to Spencer. Kylo gets him up out of the way, and he's looking for 2 for 1. Oh, what the heck? That 17 car was in the middle of the track there. He must have had a problem.
We got 4 trucks under a blanket here.
Yeah, Ryan must have had an issue. He was stopped. Must have been ghosted on the track.
He still does. He's very slow. I don't know what that was about.
Looks like quite a bit of damage. The leader is on pit road. That's Mind Killer in the 68. Now the car to watch, I believe now for the comparison, would be the 99 of S'mores now that Ryan guys had his issues. Sal is got himself in a solid 3rd by about 4.5 seconds right now.
Nice, and I think his tires will hold up.
They should. I mean, you never know with 3 times wear. Things can kind of come at you fast, but...
his tire light's not on. He's good. Yeah.
We're going to take the long view down the straightaway for Mind Killer here. He's exiting pits right now, and S'mores is just crossing the start-finish line. Yep, so basically looks like Mind Killer will have that stage win in the bag, but oh, we've got a little pissing match here on the front stretch. Can you believe the 2 that are side by side here heading to turn number 1?
I mean, I never would have guessed it.
Harris is running them all the way down to the grass. And he's going to go wide in there. He's going to give Spencer the spot.
And this is good for Sal. He's going to get a solid 3rd place finish in stage, looks like.
As long as he doesn't make a mistake. His tire light is on, though. He's got to get a lap and a half, I believe, now, right?
I think he should be fine, to be honest. I don't see him losing 18%, so.
You never know with 3 times wear. But I do tend to agree with you on that. Harris is pretty competitive, I'd say, here today. He's got a solid car under him, or truck, excuse me. Spencer using up a lot of grass there. Let's go on board with Harris as he's trying to chase down number 98, Spencer Boyce. They are catching Sal in the 2. That gap has probably been cut over half from where it was a couple laps ago. So maybe Sal
what
just trying to...
What he needs is them 2 to race again.
Yeah. And if those 2 do race, I assume that it's going to lead to something a little more than that. Could be some contact. So that's what Sal needs behind him to maintain 3rd. Top 5 get points here for the stage. Spencer cannot figure out this kink here. He keeps getting in the grass off of it. We'll see if Harris dives it in deep.
For someone that cuts the grass going in, he should not be cutting the grass coming off.
Yeah, that's for sure. Sally goes wide there, so does Spencer. The wide exit is kind of what you're trying to do there. But now Sal is under pressure from Spencer here. Looks like he's just gonna maybe let him by.
To be honest, Sal will
His
be
tire
pushing.
might be in
He's
trouble.
lost 9%. Yeah, he's went half. He's got to do a lap on
Down
that.
to 8 now for him.
Yeah.
So I assume he's just trying to err on the side of caution and just try to make it back.
He's checking up early.
I like the call though from him.
I do too. It may not net him anything at all, but he was 7th either way, so.
Battle for 3rd is spread out a little bit. Kylo catching Sal for 5th. That's the final position that awards stage points. Ryan Guy in last after whatever incident happened to him. We weren't able to catch that. Sal's left front tire is down to 5% now, so it is going to be pretty tight for the number 2. Let's follow along with the leader here, Mind Killer, the 68. His biggest adversary was Ryan, it seemed like. But Ryan had his issues, so and we have the battle now for that final position in the stage.
Yeah, Sal ain't giving
Sal
it up.
going back and forth, but I think
Sal blow the tire.
Well, I think he's lost enough ground now to Kylo there, where he should probably just try to limp it back, because his tire went down big time there, down to 2%. So he is going to have to limp it back home.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed if I were him just to pit here now.
Yeah, I thought of that too.
And take your lumps and.
Yeah, but the only thing is he would have to catch back up to the field, pit again to be on kind of even fuel.
This is a long enough track where that's okay though, I think.
Yeah.
His tire has blown. So. 2-car has a blown tire as now the 68 comes to pick up the stage win. It's Mind Killer, your stage winner. S'mores will come home 2nd. Spencer will be 3rd for this stage as Harris dives it in trying to get that. He'll have to take 4th behind him. And Darth Kylo will be your 5th place stage finisher.
So to be honest, with him blowing a tire, it's not hampering him at all. So he could really catch up and pit.
It is right there.
Yeah, but it's not spinning though. It's just really tight.
Yeah, I would assume. Yeah, he's pitting now. That's the safe move, I think, because he could blow a 2nd tire trying to catch the field.
True.
So only at 3%. So if I were him, I would just take the lump. You're going to be starting in the back repairing the blown tire damage anyway. So just take the penalty of starting in the back here, and I think he'll be okay with that. We're hearing in the chat that Ryan just spun out. That's what his problem was. We were looking at the view towards the front of the cars when that happened, and we were looking at the battle between Darth Kylo and Spencer, and we just saw a 17 car stopped in the middle of the track here on the stream. So that was a scary sight for those guys, at least from my view. Mind Killer, your stage winner. Any surprises for you in stage 1, Tegan?
Not really. It's just, S'mores is kind of low-key a underdog in this race, and he was 3rd before Brian had his issue, so I don't think he can win unless something happens to Mind Killer and Ryan, but who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. If I'm S'mores, I feel like I need to find a little bit more speed still, because, he did get gapped by Mind Killer there towards the end again. So if I were S'mores, I might try to make an adjustment to my car, figure out maybe where I'm losing ground if he's looking at the timing and scoring section of your screen on the run, seeing where you might be losing a couple tenths here and there to Mind Killer. That's, if I were him, what I'd be doing right now.
Yeah.
Cup Series will also be road racing this weekend, following the real-life schedule for an occasion. It is Sonoma. Not the most fun road course. I think we can both agree on that.
Mm-hmm. Not for us, anyway.
I'm not too bad there. I'll probably be like good enough to be top 5, but not good enough to win. What are your expectations for that?
I'll be on the verge of rage quitting for the first time ever in CFRL history.
Who's your pick going to be?
It's going to be Bradley. I mean, let's be
He
real
is
here.
getting no practice this week.
Nah, I don't give a damn if he gets none or practices every night. He don't need it. And if he takes about 10 laps to figure it out, that's all he needs. So,
A couple guys that could be competitive there. Kamal in the 10 car, if he's able to attend, is always really good at Sonoma, as is Spencer in that 7 car, winner at Canadian Tire earlier this year. So those are 2 other guys to look out for, I'd say.
yeah. I think Bradley's just way too consistent for, compared to everybody else when it comes to the road courses. So
maybe we can shock the world and put on another 9-4 show. That would surprise people. It usually doesn't.
That would surprise me. So
me as well. Here we are, pit stops here. Sal gets to the field actually in perfect timing.
Just in time. Yeah.
It is really, really good timing there for Sal on the 2. He's right to the back of the field. Of course, he will have to start 7th for making a stop when pits were closed. But if you're one of these drivers here, I don't think you make an adjustment if you're Mind Killer. But if you're a guy like S'mores, maybe Spencer, what kind of adjustments would you make to your car to try to attack Mind Killer?
It's hard to tell with these road courses, because I feel like out of all types of tracks on this game, it's just very hard to adjust to road courses. It seems like nothing kind of works. So if you're tight, and it seems like some are, I would try lowering the wedge. So that's about all you can do. I wouldn't fuck with the tires too much, because you don't want your tire wear to be worse than what it already is for a road course.
We got a tight battle off of pit road. Who is it? Oh. Oh,
That's
man.
Morris got it? Yes, he did.
Yeah, S'mores wins the race off pit road. There was some sort of glitch there.
I didn't see it.
I saw a glitch. Mind Killer hit the pit wall. It looked like, but I don't think he did on his end. Just a classic Heat 5 pit road glitch. Ryan is being a little boss man in there. Good for him. So S'mores gets the lead there. I don't know where the choose is, but could this be to S'mores' benefit here? Do you think he can probably drive it harder into turn 1, you'd assume, being the control car?
Well, he could also kind of manipulate Fox here by blocking and taking his line and really check him up. That'll also help Ryan a little bit. So, because Ryan had damage to fix, so he's restarting 6th. So, it's just you just can't let Mind Killer get a good launch off the first corner, even if you've got the preferred line.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see what happens here. But I think this very small thing of Mind Killer losing the lead on pit road, I think, can make a pretty big difference. Because this could open up the race to a guy like Ryan back in 6th if he gets a good start here.
Yes.
Could open up to S'mores as well if he can take advantage of being the control car. And maybe even Spencer. He's known to have some restart heroics, so that'll be one I'm looking at there. Choose cone looks like it's coming up now.
The bridge, yep.
Right lane for S'mores, left lane for Mind Killer. Pretty status quo choose cone. You got Harris and Spencer side by side, which I think is pretty fun. Now, if you're Ryan, you're back there in 6th. What's your move? Because you have one of the better cars in the field, but can't do much yet.
You're in 6th. You kind of have to be patient here for about half a lap and kind of see if everybody kind of overshoots or gets a little overconfident and then spin themselves out or, take it wide into the grass. You're not going to get it in the first corner in, 6th place, in the 3rd lane. So you kind of got to let this restart play out and take your time and pick them up,
One by one.
not one a lap, but one a corner or something
Yeah,
like that.
that's what I was gonna say. I think you can try to get one into turn 1, get out of there in 5th, maybe get one in turn 2, get in 4th, and if you can dive under somebody into turn 3, you're in 3rd already. And you don't know what's going on in front of you and how far they got ahead. So we'll see what happens there. But it'll be S'mores as the control car on this start here. Mind Killer 2 is outside. Could the race change hands here? We're back green at Road America. Yep, goes to the outside, blocks his run there. What does Spencer do? Does he try to take a shot at the lead? Oh, he does. He dives it in and gets into S'mores. And look at Harris is going to try to take advantage.
This is where you take advantage and try to put Fox on the
back
you
foot.
Do that right there. Yes.
Yeah, Fox is falling back big time. He's fading. Let's go on board with the car towards the back of the field. We'll go on board
try to get another one
with the stage 1 winner, Mind Killer. He's in the middle of 3 wide right now. Spencer lifts. And we got a battle for the lead. Harris dives it in, and he's going to go into the kitty litter. S'mores takes the lead back. And look at Darth Kylo here. He's in 2nd now.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. With Ryan, you let people sort their stuff out, and you just tiptoe through it. And that's kind of what Mind Killer did.
They didn't have the ideal start he was looking for, but he kept it clean. Didn't have any big problems. And a real good job by Darth Kylo in the 88. He's 2nd right now. He had a heck of a start. This is one of his weaker parts of the track, so I'd look at Mind Killer to probably take advantage.
You can already tell, It's not as bad as it has been.
No, it was
better.
Hit
the grass that time, and that helped
Ryan's
Ryan.
Making a
ballsy
move there. Ryan Harp into the grass. Ryan Parsons gonna try to take advantage.
Watch a dive bomb here. A block maybe. Oh, Mind Killer had to make a evasive action there to keep from running into him.
Parsons in a little too deep, and he makes contact with Harp trying to rejoin the track. These two will be side by side going through the last couple corners. Good move by Parsons. I think Kylo got loose and got back into Mind Killer. He dives it in. Maybe he wasn't too happy. And now we look from the view of Mind Killer, see what he can do. Good first lap for S'mores there on that start.
Yeah, he was patient. He kind of got used up by Spencer.
Spencer did what he does a lot. He gets in over his head, but then backs off too much and puts other people in danger more than he already did.
So this would help S'mores if these two get to racing each other for 2nd.
And I think Mind Killer's going to try. I don't know if he's going to try right here in turn number 3, but
I will say this: Mind Killer does kind of wait for the moment to kind of show itself when he goes for a position.
And these two are catching S'mores relatively quickly here.
Yeah, it's just like I said. It's just they're good road course racers. Plus they both got an advantage on the steering wheel. And Ryan literally just asked if Michael had the super shifter, which everybody does.
Well documented.
You've got it. Yeah. Which super shifter don't do nothing for you after the initial start of the race.
Yeah.
So.
And let's give a little props. Darth Kylo is sticking around here.
Yeah, I keep hearing his engine. But he's also got Spencer on his ass.
These two have been going at it all race right here, 88 and 98. Kylo had a pretty good kink, though. That's where he's been better than Spencer. Oh, he goes into the grass.
A lot, yeah.
Oh, man.
Really checked up there.
Back in front of Spencer.
If he didn't hit him.
And
I think Mind Killer actually lost a little bit there during that whole, Harp actually gained on him with his mistake.
Mind Killer might be under pressure here from Ryan Harp in the 88. Maybe not anymore.
Took it wide.
Yep, Spencer will take it. I'd watch, see if maybe Kylo goes into one pretty hard here. I don't think anybody's afraid to give Spencer a bump out of the way. Does Harp take a dive into turn number 1? Too far back. Check in on our leader, S'mores. It looked like Ryan was catching him pretty rapidly, but the 99 has kind of gotten a little smooth sailing right now. Gap's evened out a bit. S'mores done a pretty good job in the Truck Series this year. He is the first ever CFRL Truck Series champion back in 2018. So he's definitely experienced winning in these trucks. Goes a little wide there in the 3, so that's going to help Ryan Parsons out quite a bit. And you can see Ryan is wheeling it right now, trying to get to him. Ryan wants that first truck win of his career.
Yeah, I'm just going to tell you right now, I already know what's going on.
I think I could. There is a possibility to make it on one stop, and I would not be surprised if that's what the 68 is working at doing right now. That's a smart move by him.
Yeah, there's a few more that's doing it actually.
Maybe the 98, you think?
No, I don't think the 98's saving gas. If he was, he would not be catching the 68. I think
Harris?
Sal is saving. I think Sal started saving from the get-go. So now, I say that, and Michaeler is still catching him.
We got our little spinner here, Harris. Around after the long straightaway. And Michaeler is under pressure. I got to assume he's saving if he's got pressure from the 98.
I think he is.
I can tell you for sure, watching Sal's data here on the screen, he is saving. He is in 4th gear around the whole track.
And that's actually going to help his tire wear situation as well.
Definitely. We got a little battle for the lead brewing here, 99 and 17. S'mores and Ryan, Ford teammates in the Cup Series, Ford teammates tonight, but will they race like teammates for the win here? I feel like S'mores and Ryan do have quite a bit of respect for each other on the track, but
Harris is pitted, so we do know he will not make it on one stop.
Yep, I guess he's probably trying to split it, maybe down the middle for a 2-stop towards the end of this.
So the Michaeler did let Spencer go there. And he's still within contact of they're all on the same straightaways.
To me, that indicates that he's trying at least. Oh, S'mores gets loose.
Spencer's asking if the leaders are pitting this time because that means he might be.
Yeah, he's probably looking to pit here. Sal in the 2 doesn't have to pit. I don't quite think he's in the window yet. He has some work to do, I think, to make it on one stop. Now Spencer's going to put some pressure on Ryan in the 17. Let's go on board with him here. Now, Spencer just not hitting that kink right again. He's a kinky guy, just can't seem to get that one right. Him and William Sawalich. He'll dive it deep into this corner. Wow. You can put a blanket over this top 3 right now.
I think Spencer might have had an issue, or did Michaeler just make up a lot of ground?
I don't think so. Spencer's still right there with him. And 99's going to duck off to pit. Ryan Parsons will stay out, so that's kind of an interesting development. You'll still see the 17 out there for another lap, as will the 68. Darth Kylo pitting as well. So if it comes down to fuel mileage, it's going to be between the 68 and the 17, it appears, and Ryan's got the jump right now.
Michaeler stays out another lap. Or I may be behind, actually. I am.
Yeah, you are a little bit.
It's still going to be iffy for Monular as well. From what I'm seeing, he's going to have to pit with 6 to go, and that still is a lap to save.
Yeah.
So I don't think he actually saved anything.
Well, I think these guys were forced to pit, so we'll see what happens here between the 17 and the 68. I assume those guys will be pitting this lap, as will the 2 of Sal, who currently is 3rd here. He's yet to make his stop. And it's going to be a stretch trying to make that. I think we could see maybe those guys go into pretty hardcore saving mode. I think if you're the 98, if you're the 99,
you're already out of
you
it.
Just go. You have to go full out, get everything you can. Maybe try to take as little as possible for that final stop. These guys are wheeling it through that kink. They're getting comfortable with these trucks around North America. They were flying through there. Oof, Ryan a little out of shape there.
I'm curious to see who might sputter first between these two.
They still look at speed right now. We'll see what happens here. Do they make it all the way around? They're both going to be pitting.
Oh, wow.
Big gain.
Yeah, and he didn't speed because he had plenty of time to check up.
Big gain, and this is what we're going to watch. We're going to see which one of these two comes out of the pits first. Because as of right now, our best indication is that this probably could be the race for the win if they can stretch this final run out. We've got Sal on the 2 here. He's still on track, but I assume he's going to pit this lap. He turned to 1 lap of fuel right about at the finish line last lap. I don't know, maybe if he'll try to stretch another lap beyond that with the fuel mileage he's been getting. We'll see here.
Well, this. Oh yeah, I think I don't know. He was at with 1. He could have sputtered.
He switched to 0 at the line the previous lap though, so it's tough to say if he'll be able to make it. And Ryan Parsons will have the lead out of the pits. But now we've got the 99 and the 98 still going at it. S'mores goes wide. That's going to give Spencer a shot at the lead. He's going to take it. Spencer boys to the point.
So at this point, if you are Spencer and you are S'mores, you need to lay down laps because you need to either force them other two to run hard and have to pit again, or if they try saving it, and which I can already tell Monular is because he's lost so much time on the straightaway here, you try to get a good lead on them. I don't think it's going to do you any good. You'd have to have at least like a 30-second lead to be able to still beat them out, just to top it off. So yeah, I think now you just run hard and hope that you force them into thinking they need to run hard.
Yeah, we got the aerial shot here of Spencer Boyce in the 98. Could be the battle here as we approach. I believe at the line it'll be 5 to go here, so no more yellows once they cross the line here for the 5 to go lap. And a fuel run is 5 laps as we've established, so it's going to be pretty tight. They're going to have to get an extra lap out of that Sunoco fuel tank. So if there's anybody in the series that's good at it, it is Monular. So, and you can't use neutral. It is banned, first of all. But second of all, it's not going to help you too much at road courses.
Not on a road
here.
Course, no.
So it's just purely about the gearing that you're going to use.
To be honest, I don't think
pretty shallow
is
entry
in save mode because that shallow entry shows a little bit. He's racing hard. He's all over Ryan.
We got a battle for the lead. S'mores takes it back.
Does not have it.
I don't think either of these guys really do, though. I think that the 17 and the 68 are holding something back right now.
They may be holding back. I don't think they're saving.
Well, they were saving in that last run, and they were able to maintain.
Ooh, well, I mean, I don't think they were saving that last run either because they still only did 5 laps. And they were to 0 before Sal was. So, just with the way Monular is all over Ron, he is not saving. If you're saving gas, you're not in the grass, in and off these corners, so you're taking it easy.
Those guys are losing time, though, as we still have these two, 99 and 98, battling for the lead here down the Sargento Straight.
Oh,
that's getting blocked. Horsey, it's a block here. Does Spencer diving around the outside?
Race this year.
He has.
Oh, he has. Yeah,
he's won 2.
Xfinity he's had trouble with, yeah.
They're side by side here into turn 4.
This is where I think if you get really irritated, this is where you knock. Maybe as Morris, you need to knock the 98 out of the groove somewhere.
Oh, it's going to be tight here through the turn 5, now down to turn 6. And it'll be Spencer with the lead. We've got a heck of a battle between these two. They've been going back and forth, trading the lead back. Oh, a shot from S'mores maybe there through the carousel. Now as they enter the kink, what's going to happen?
I'll tell you right now, Sal is extra saving. He's barely up to speed on the straightaway.
Could it be a winning strategy, or has he already lost enough time?
It just depends. If he stays within about 30 seconds, I think it's doable.
We will see about that.
With how big this racetrack is and pit road speed. But he is so slow that he's actually hurting himself.
Yeah, he went through the grass there in his last corner, so that's not going to help you if you're doing that, trying to save fuel. You got to keep it on the track.
Somebody pitted.
It's S'mores. That could, I don't mind that move. You could be trying, maybe forcing the hand of the 17 and the 68 there. But they've lost so much ground. I feel like they're saving. Like, look at Mindkiller. He's riding right behind him in his draft.
Yeah.
I think he's got to be saving.
The thing is, now that he's already short pitted, now you're in extra save mode. Now you can save because you can mind the gap.
Right. And you know that 2-car, the 98 out front,
is not
going to make it. And he's definitely not saving. He was going all out there. So, watch to see maybe when he'll pit. But we'll see. The 68 seems pretty content just riding behind the 17 right now.
So, S'mores looks like he took 4 tires. That's a shame because I think he could have made it on just a splash.
That's an interesting call. I'm not a huge fan of it, but you don't want to be in the spot where Sal was earlier where you're blowing tires on the last lap. So
yeah, it probably kind of actually forced him into taking tires because I think he kind of short pitted the last run.
Yeah.
He probably didn't have a choice.
Spencer's got a pretty solid lead. He's pretty far through this carousel right now while those guys are just going under that bridge. And Mindkiller seems, as I said, quite content to just ride behind the 17 right now. Get the draft on the big straights and maybe be able to use less throttle.
Oh, Ryan took it wide, and he didn't take advantage of it.
Yeah, so I think pretty savvy from Mindkiller here. You know, we don't give him much credit, but right now I think he's employing a pretty strong and smart strategy. It's going to be a pretty tight squeeze trying to make it those 6 laps, so we could see sputtering, and even just a second later sputtering could give you the win when you're as close as these two are right now.
You just wonder if Ron's saving gas too, because I mean Mindkiller's getting runs on him.
Spencer's pitted. Spencer in pit road now, so now, yeah, it looks like a tandem drafting. Is it 2011 Daytona again between these two? You don't see this too often on a road course. Yeah, there's 3 to go there, so will these guys be able to make it to the finish?
You know, they're okay. So there was 3 to go there. Mindkiller is a lap exactly short.
And that's not much time to make that up.
No, not with 3 times wear. To be honest, they will probably have to pit, but they can be able to take a splash, and that's going to be the winner. That's going to be the win move.
S'mores is ahead of Sal, so Sal is basically out of this contention to win, and Spencer is ahead of all of them. So if these guys do go for it and run out, Spencer Boyce is the guy sitting in the catbird seat right now. So we got 2.5 laps left. Hearing that Mind Killer is a lap short, and you'd assume Ryan is probably even more than that.
We're the same because, like I said, it seemed like Michael gets the runs off the corners on Ryan and don't take them. So that tells me right there that Ryan's not getting back in the gas as quick as Michael.
Or using a higher gear than he might be.
Yeah.
And not having that acceleration from the RPMs. So
he may actually be a little bit better, but he's probably not by much. Yeah, Michael has just admitted that him and Ryan are creeping around.
Yeah. Let's check out where, so Spencer Boyce in the 98, I believe, will be the guy to try to take advantage here. Or is it Darth Kylo? No, it is Spencer. Spencer is the third place runner right now.
So that tells me that he probably pitted, took no tires, took a splash of gas.
Smart.
And if these guys are creeping around and losing all this time and they still have to pit and take fuel, a splash, Spencer comes out on top.
And he had quite the advantage, too. At this point, if I'm one of these guys, I'm just going to run until it's dry and hope that he doesn't catch me with the sputtering.
Yes.
Because they've got quite... I can't see the track map watching at home.
Yeah.
But if you can see it on South Stream right now, there is a large amount of track between the top two and the third place runner right now, Spencer Boyce. He's going to the last corner here, while Ryan is out of turn 2 already. And you know how long that front straightaway is. So
Michael just ran a 2:15. That is about 6 seconds off the pace of the pole. To be honest, they could still do this. They could still pull it out. His fuel has not switched over yet. And it comes down to when does it switch over to 0. And can you make it to the line without sputtering or the last one to sputter?
It's a great point. We have only a lap and a half left in this race. Do either of these guys budge? Does one of them pit for a splash and try to take that chance? I think you're too far in now.
Yes,
you've got to stay out.
And like I said, I think if you're Michael, you might want to hurry up and take the lead here because
you don't want him to sputter and you hit him. Oh, Ryan's going to go wide.
Out wide. He may not have a choice.
Mind Killer to the point.
That probably hurt Ron because I think you had the advantage if you were in the lead. Because I just think Ron might have a little bit more gas saved than Mind Killer.
I don't know. Mind Killer getting that draft on the straightaways.
Oh, he's still saving.
And Ryan might
be a lot of time.
I think Ryan might be balls to the wall now. Will he send it? Oh, they both go unbelievably wide. Here we go. Around the final corner. They'll only see this corner one more time today. Hopefully for them it's at speed. But we're going to go down this front straightaway. And once we get to the line, it'll be the white flag. 1 lap to go here for the 68 and the 17.
Line here.
They're going to be side by side down the front stretch. Will they run out of fuel?
Oh, Kylo either I think might have lagged out or he left the party. Looks like he lagged out.
Ryan going to the inside. 17 trying to take the lead. He might be trying to get it back. Who has the better fuel situation between the two? Contact. Mind Killer goes just a bit wide. Ryan Parsons takes the lead. This is the CFRL Midweek Series. Incredible racing here today. Fuel mileage. Door-to-door action. Into turn 3. Does somebody make a big dive? Mind Killer dives around the outside.
Oh,
he goes wide. Ryan Guy is looking for his first ever Truck Series win in the CFRL, but he goes wide.
You got to throw a block here. You better throw a block. Take him wide.
Mind Killer hangs on behind him.
I think they're going to make it.
Will one of these guys run out? That's the question.
Ron just doesn't need to. He needs
Through
to
the
keep his
carousel.
corners backed up.
This is where he made the mistake last lap. Mind Killer is all over the back bumper of that 17.
They're going to make it. This is the last good run you're going to get.
He's got a shot here. Through the kink, he goes in hard, but
wide.
He does better than Ryan through the entry, but Ryan gets the run off. On board of them. They're slow.
I think that's just to make the corner. Oh, wide for both of them?
They're both pretty slow here. Mind Killer's going to have a shot. Ryan playing defense.
Don't give him the inside.
He's under him. Ryan's out of fuel, I think, maybe. He dives it in on the outside. Ryan will go wide. He must be out of fuel. And Mind Killer, on fumes, will take it back to the line. He is your Truck Series winner at Road America. And he's out now, too, but he'll make it. A battle of tenths, hundredths, thousandths of a gallon of fuel. What a fun battle between the 68 and the 17. Ryan Parsons' first truck win will have to wait. But Mind Killer stretches the fuel and gets the W here in Wisconsin.
Morris might have actually got
Morris
back to
got
Spencer.
third, yeah.
Fresh
Spencer
tires.
won't be happy. He won't get an interview. I hear throwing back there. He's not getting interviewed tonight, and he's probably not happy about it. We got Kevin on, our full-time Midweek Series commentator. What drama, what a finish. You missed a good one, my friend. There was a lot of drama tonight here at Road America. That was some pretty good stuff, Tegan.
It was. I'm surprised Brian didn't save gas, like Mind Killer did. He was, in the front, and with Mind Killer, it just shows you that these long straightaways, with draft, being on normal, helps you save a little bit more gas.
Poor Sal is doing the slow crawl out of the final corner right now. He is out of fuel. And there's nobody left to push him. So this has a minute and 10 seconds left in this lobby. We might use up all of it. But congratulations to Mind Killer. He did a great job managing fuel, being smart. He was your stage winner. Converted that into the race win, but he did those two things in two totally different ways. Sal has stopped. That uphill climb is not good for him. Let's get a camera down here on the 2-car. He's backing up down the front stretch now. It says he's going 10 miles an hour. I think that's 10 miles an hour backwards. Yeah, Road America, one of the few tracks in our series that has that uphill section. And that is not good for Sal Zavala. He won't lose a spot because of it. He'll still end up 6th. But good effort from him. He definitely tried to pull the strategy that Mind Killer and Ryan did. Just those guys are both so good at it. But great win for Mind Killer. Great win for him.
I do believe that's his second win of the Midweek Series this year.
It was a strong performance. Sal is underpowering and just the lobby ends, so he'll end up 6th. Unfortunate for Ryan. He was 1 corner short on fuel. And that's all it takes. We have a lot of fuel mileage finishes here in the CFRL, but never usually that close with the fuel mileage. That was really, really exciting here at Road America. Tegan, can you go and try to get Mind Killer in here as we wait on to see who gets the fastest lap? It is Ryan with a pretty stout 208.3.
Couple of 208, actually 4 208s.
Yeah, it's the top 4 pretty clearly, I'd say, tonight. So not a surprise to see that. But the man coming out on top is Mind Killer. And you remember, we're talking in the lobby right now. That's not the first time Ryan has lost to Mind Killer on a fuel mileage deal. Think back, Auto Club last year prevented Ryan from making the Final 4. If he makes it on fuel there, he fights for a championship. That would have knocked me out.
Oh,
So we
he
don't
just
want to talk
mentioned it,
about that.
actually.
Yeah.
I invited him. Let's see if he sees it.
He's not necessarily the most sensible of our bunch, but he is the winner tonight. And as I said, won the stage and the race, but in two opposite ways. Blew the field out in the stage on speed and just survived to win the race. Mindkiller, talk me through that fun last stage of the race. You and Ryan going back and forth there on the last lap and just hanging behind him for the last 6 laps of the race trying to save the fuel and win that on fumes. Talk me through that.
Oh yeah, when after off that restart, I was thinking of pushing it, but I was falling back, and I was like thinking I was getting that idea that I had before doing this race, doing a little saving fuel strategy, stretching it like 6 laps. And I saw Ryan was doing that while S'mores and Spencer was just pushing it. Me and Ryan was just hanging back, just cruising, creeping around the whole track. But I think that second run after that second stage, it was a bit more saving fuel. And I was questioning when I was going to run out of fuel, and the same thing with Ryan. He ran out like before that final corner, and I ran out going up that hill.
What were you feeling on that last lap?
Both of us.
Yeah, what were you feeling on that last lap, being behind him, not knowing, when this guy's going to run out of fuel? He did swap position a couple times. It got a little aggressive at one point. What were you thinking? Were you nervous that he might have just a little bit more fuel than you, and you having more fuel than him was the difference? So were you a little worried there?
No, not really. I knew I could push it to the end. After that carousel, I started pushing it a bit harder, going down to second gear. I was using second gear after that. And I don't know about him, but he ended up running out, and I somehow managed to hold it to the end.
It was a strong performance from you, winning the stage and the race in 2 different ways. Talk me through the stage win. You did that on pure speed. Do you think if it didn't come down to fuel mileage, you still would have been in the same position just based on your speed around Road America?
If there was no fuel saving strategy, I'm kind of a bit questionable if I might have pulled off a win. I mean, if me and Brian really did not started saving fuel and we just pushed it the same way as Morris and Spencer, we probably would have had probably a 4-truck battle for the win.
Got anything for him, Tegan?
I don't think I
could
do.
have been a 2-car. It could have been a 2-truck battle because Ryan, I felt like that he was the top threat for me for the whole race. I saw him catching up and keeping up with my run in the first stage, and even in practice too. We both was racing pretty hard there. But it was a good race. It was a good battle between me and Ryan. I was sticking behind him mostly. I think he was judging on how slow I was going behind him, and he was just mirror driving from what it looked like. But it was a good battle. It was a good battle. I mean, good win for me. Good second place for Ryan.
For sure. It was an exciting race throughout. Thank you for joining us, Mindkiller. Congratulations.
All right, I'll head out and let you get Ryan.
Yep. Have a good night, my friend. Let's get Ryan Parsons in here, number 17 car. A heartbreaker for him.
Yes. Another truck win. Just gone in the last corner.
Yeah, that's never gets easier losing them that close. You and I both, I assume, have had our
shares.
our share of wins that we thought we could have had and seen slip away. So those never feel great. And I know Ryan, considering that he's looking for that elusive first truck win, you'd think that's not something he'd be looking for, but he doesn't have one yet. He hasn't ran trucks all that much.
He
but
didn't run him a lot, so
he is one of the more winning Xfinity drivers, 4th all time in that. And he does have 4 Cup wins. None this year, though, so it's been, a year where Ryan Parsons hasn't actually picked up any wins across the 3 series, across the Cup and Midweek series. Last year he had quite a few. He had 6 total between Cup and Midweek. 0 right now. Let's see if that's weighing on him at all right now. Here's one of the usual broadcast partners in here, Ryan Parsons. The elusive first truck win was in your grasp tonight. You could have had a teaspoon more of gas, and you could have came out on top. Talk me through that last laps in the battle of fuel with Mind Killer.
Just he was smarter on saving fuel. He was staying in 3rd and 4th gear through all those corners, and I wasn't. And that's what ended up undoing my race.
And, last year you had 6 total wins across Cup and Midweek, but 0 right now between the two. Is that weighing on you at all? Like, do you feel pressure to get back to victory lane tonight? It was so very close for you. 1 corner away. Is that weighing on you any bit at all?
I mean, not being in victory lane sucks, but I definitely think just staying consistent has helped me through me not getting into my head, really. So I'm hoping at some point during the season, whether it be Midweek or Cup, that I'm in victory lane at some point.
That's for sure. And I think you and Mind Killer, regardless of the fuel mileage or not, I think you two had the fastest trucks. If it was a straight up battle on speed, how did you feel compared to him?
I had him. The truck was really good. I will go take it to the bank at that point. I will lose everything because I felt like I was by far the faster truck.
Tegan, you got anything for him?
Ron, we added 2 truck races to the schedule, taking off the dirt tracks and, plus what we already had on the schedule. Are you going to run any more truck races to try to get that truck win?
I plan on it, yeah. Because I want to get that truck win. Not having that kind of sucks, honestly, because there have been so many races where I've been close in the truck series. 2020 I ran Kansas truck, finished 2nd there, finished 2nd tonight. I just haven't had the luck go my way in the truck series, so in the trucks. So hopefully I can get one this season. If not, oh well.
Well, thank you for hopping in here tonight, Ryan. Sorry for that rough loss, but it was quite an exciting finish. Watching you two battle on fumes. Thank you, Ryan.
Right. Thank you, guys.
Let's get S'mores in here. We didn't really catch it because we were more concerned about the battle for the win, but he got a little late.
Yeah,
third place
finish really helped. I kind of called him out on it, and it helped him get keep 3rd. So good call on S'mores' part. He knew that the tires wasn't going to be good, and was able to take 4 and just go full speed.
Yeah. S'mores, welcome in. Led a lot of laps in that last stage while the 2 top finishers in the end were saving fuel. You had a pretty quick truck tonight, though. How did you feel about your run?
Honestly, I'm actually surprised I was actually in the top 3, top 5, considering how atrocious I am on the road courses that I've been so far this season. And that includes Watkins Glen and the Xfinity cars. That was just an abysmal race. So to actually have a pretty good run in the truck at Road America. I mean, I like Road America. It's one of my more favorite road courses on the schedule, so I guess that kind of helps too. But able to come home 3rd was really cool, really nice. Stuck there, kind of getting out of strategy. It's not like I had anything for line or Mind Killer anyway, but for them to stretch off fuel that far was really impressive. I honestly didn't think it was possible, but knowing that if there is another opportunity, I'll keep that memory in the bank for next time.
Did you feel like you had a shot to win the 4-tire call? We weren't too sure about it for you, but did you feel like you had a shot to win? Were you convinced that those two were going to make it to the end and you had the wrong strategy, or what was your view on that?
I didn't think I was gonna make it anyway because, like I said, I didn't think it was possible to stretch it on that far on fuel. And if I don't think I would have been able to take no tires because my left front would just get wore out so much that if I would have tried and take fuel only, it would just not would have worked anyway. So I think all in all with the strategy that I had, I think I played it right to a T. I think I did it really perfect. Maybe if I would have hit with Spencer, possibly. Maybe a lap, the same lap that he did, possibly. But I don't think I don't think it would have mattered either way. Um, so I think I basically did it as about as perfect as you can get it.
And we've got Sonoma in the Cup Series. Does this give you a little bit of momentum seeing a road course race go well for you here?
I hope so. I don't like Sonoma. I've beat that dead horse so many times. But I for the laps that I've ran so far, I've actually been really impressive for myself. I was getting consistent. I was getting more quicker than I think I was possible or capable of doing. So hopefully get a really good one heading into Sunday for Sonoma. Try to get a top 10 possibly, and just keep it on track. That's the main thing to worry about.
Tegan, you got anything for him?
No, I think y'all covered everything, so I'm good.
Hey, Robin in here, S'mores. We will see you on Sunday.
Yes, sir. And y'all have a good night.
Later, S'mores.
Appreciate it.
See you, Tegan.
It was definitely a fun night. It's documented Ryan
Kept us
fighting
guessing till the end.
Ryan fighting for that truck win, but I think those fields that are going to be in the remaining truck races are going to be pretty stout, I'd say. We've got a truck race at Bristol on July 10th, then Eldora July 24th. I think those will be two pretty big fields. Then we have that high draft truck race at Kansas, second race of the playoffs. And then we go to Charlotte in the trucks in the final race before the final cutoff for the playoffs, and we race in the Xfinity cars at Chicagoland to determine a champion. Any final thoughts from you tonight on this race? I had a lot of fun calling this. It turned out to be quite a compelling finish between the 68 of Mindkiller and the 17 of Ryan.
I thought it was going to be somewhat of a shit show. I figured Mindkiller would get in here, stink it up a little bit. Him and Ryan maybe, but their fuel saving kind of opened the door for some possibilities. So that just goes to show you, with times 3 wear, anything can happen.
And I think we saw about anything in that race. Sonoma, we kind of covered it already, but what are your expectations heading into wine country on Sunday?
I will be happy with the top 5 finish, and I'll be surprised if I don't get it. So I'll be pleasantly surprised if I get anything higher than 5th. So it's not that I don't know how to run that track. It's just the little bitty things that compound into big problems is that issue with that track. And so I ain't figured it out if I've lost some stuff on road course or everybody's just got really good at being aggressive and not spinning. So I'm kind of looking forward to hurrying it and getting this week over with. And we got an off week after this for Martinsville, so I've not got too much high expectations. I don't know about you.
I feel okay. I've been pretty decent on road courses this year, I think I'd say. So not good enough to win because we've got some really stout road racing competitors, but I think I'll probably be good enough to finish top 5 considering the certain aspects of things I'm good at in races that play out like that. So I'm excited for it. I mean, it's Sonoma, and I've practiced a couple times this week already, and there are just parts of the track that will come out and bite you completely randomly with no indication, and you doing the same thing you've done before.
55 laps at this track, you do not hit this track the same every lap. 55 different laps, to be honest.
And I think every driver in the field will have a moment, at least one for everybody, it seems like.
Yeah.
Whether it's through that stupid carousel that we'll go through, or even that little short stretch up the first S's after that, it can cause some problems over there. So, any final thoughts before we get out of here, Tegan? I really enjoyed this race.
Yeah, I did too. So I mean, it was, a little bit more enjoyable than I thought it was going to be. So
A battle for the win is always a fun one, and we expect those at the 1.5 miles and the short
Yeah.
tracks here and there. But at the road courses, usually it's kind of a blowout. But
yeah,
for it,
one or two go out there and just stink it up.
for it to come down to the final 2 corners was very exciting. But for Tegan Jones, I'm Michael Whitman. Thank you for watching. Ryan Harp will be up here Sunday, taking you through Sonoma. So tune back in for that, and I hope everybody has a great week. We will see you all Sunday night.